Have you ever found a loophole in your building's rules and profited big? When I decided to move from Texas to the Midwest, it wasn't because I was looking for adventure. My dad had been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I wanted to be closer. The October before my planned move, I came up to visit him and do some apartment hunting. I found a complex in a decent location with a layout I liked. The only problem? They wouldn't let me reserve a unit 6 months in advance. I'd have to wait 4 months before I could even apply, send in proof of income, and choose a place, all from 1,100 miles away. That kicked off a tedious process of long-distance apartment hunting. There were endless phone calls, stacks of faxes, and me squinting at floor plans trying to figure out which unit would actually work. After all that effort, I finally picked a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit, 1,125 square feet, for $890 a month. For the size and location, it felt like an amazing deal. By April, moving day arrived. My U-Haul was packed to the brim. I showed up at the leasing office exhausted, ready to grab my keys and collapse in my new place. That's when the woman at the desk explained the laundry situation. No coins, no debit cards, only toquettes. These wafer-thin plastic tokens. Each wash or dry was 1 toquette, sold only in packs of 10 for $1 a piece. They could only be bought during office hours, and they only accepted checks. It was inconvenient, but I bought a pack so I could at least do laundry right away. When I got to my apartment, I took a closer look at the tokens. Embossed on the back was the name of the manufacturer. Out of curiosity, I looked them up online, found a distributor, and gave them a call. That's when I learned something that would change the game. A box of 1,000 tokens cost just $58 plus $10 shipping. That worked out to less than 7 cents per token. I ordered a box immediately, shipping it to my parents' address to avoid raising suspicion with management. For the next few months, I quietly enjoyed my 93% discount on laundry. Then, one day in August, a letter appeared on every resident's door. The complex was going condo. Tenants had the first option to buy their units, but if they didn't, the units would be sold, and the new owners could raise rent however they liked. I was furious. I'd only been there a few months, hadn't even finished unpacking, and now I'd have to either buy a place I didn't want or start apartment hunting all over again. Suddenly, the amazing rent made sense. They'd kept it low to fill the place before dropping the condo bomb. That night, I decided if they could play dirty, so could I. I made signs for every door in my building. Moving sale, laundry tokens, 50 cents each, get them while you can. By 7 a.m. the next morning, my phone was ringing nonstop. I made over $300 that first day. I immediately ordered more boxes of tokens, and the following week, put signs on every building in the complex. The response was even bigger. Soon, I had a full-fledged operation. I'd break down each new box into Ziploc bags, 10, 20, 25, 50, or 100 tokens, and keep a neat record of every customer. In my phone, I saved numbers by building and unit, so when 4100 number 215 popped up, I knew exactly who needed a refill. It got to the point where I was making several deliveries a week. People treated me like the neighborhood laundry hookup. I didn't push it on anyone. Word spread naturally, and soon I was the go-to source for tokens at half price. The business ran smoothly for about a year. Then, the machines were switched to coin-operated ones, and the token racket came to an abrupt end. Residents started asking for refunds. Management was offering the full $1 per unused token, so I told my customers to ditch the baggies, take the tokens to the office, and get their money back. That way, they actually made a profit, and I kept every cent I'd already earned. By the time it was over, I'd made around $3,000. That meant the complex lost over $6,000 in laundry income. I have no idea if the sudden drop in token sales was the reason they switched machines, but I like to think I helped speed it along. They tried to lure me in with cheap rent, only to pull the condo switch. In the end, I turned their own system into my personal side hustle and walked away with thousands in my pocket.